Recently, I guess Indiana hired Mike Woodson. I was kind of shocked by that hiring. What did you think of Indiana's new head coach?
Yeah, I was initially shocked, like pretty much everybody else on college basketball Twitter. And, I didn't know a lot about Mike Woodson. I'm not as into the NBA as college, although I do follow it to a certain extent. And so I was going off of sort of what I was reading from others. It was a curious hire. I know he's an alumnus there. He didn't have a lot of college coaching experience, any at all, I guess, and very little pro experience. It sounded like my initial read on it was they were trying to do something similar to what Michigan was doing. And there's a lot of copycats in this industry, right? If somebody has success with one thing, you start to see all these other schools try to do the same thing and replicate it. The problem is a lot of those are one-offs. I mean, it's just there's not a formula for this stuff usually. And Juwan came into a situation at Michigan where John Beilein had done wonders. I mean, they were in bad shape when John Beilein showed up there, and he took them to two championship games in something like 8 years there. And they were getting players, and they had a reputation for success that he had built. And Juwan walked into that. And all credit to Juwan for doing great since he's been there, not taking anything away from what he's done the last 2 years. But to say that Indiana could do a similar thing is a leap, because Indiana is not in the situation that Michigan was in. So I liked that I read that they were going to be bringing on some support for Mike Woodson in terms of Thad Matta coming in as an assistant or an associate athletic director, whatever they want to call it, to help with the adjustment to college. But I don't know. I'm kind of taking a wait and see on this. I will admit I didn't think Juwan Howard was going to be the greatest of hires, and I can own that and say I was completely wrong on that. So maybe I'll be surprised. But looking in the crystal ball right now, I was thinking I'm thinking this is unlikely to succeed at Indiana. And I was really surprised they didn't make a harder push for any number of college coaches that maybe would be interested. People like Porter Moser up at Loyola, even a Scott Drew, and depending on how this year goes out. At the end of the day, Texas is still a football state, and Baylor is still a football school. And Indiana will never be that. So Indiana's always going to be a basketball school. So you got to wonder if maybe they didn't miss a chance on somebody like that.
Yeah, what I was hearing a lot was people said that bring in Steve Alford, who now is at Nevada, and I thought he was going there too. Or I even heard Rick Pitino maybe, but it feels like he wants to stay at Iona. But yeah, I was really shocked because Mike Woodson's more of an NBA guy. He was with the Knicks, he was with the Hawks. So I'm a little shocked that they went there as well. Thanks for listening to the Sports Town Podcast, or the STP Pod for short. If you want to check out more videos of the Sports Town Podcast, click on the left. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the right.